There's not a lot of companies that have been with me since the beginning of the restaurant that I've never switched or threatened to switch. Society has adjusted as we've adjusted. Society has grown with us as we've grown. I'm Melissa Buchholz. I'm the owner of Odd Duck Restaurant. We have been open since 2012. We sort of focus on small plates and shareables. We can be globally influenced, so we don't have any sort of specific style of food or cuisine that we try to focus on. We have been a Society Insurance policy holder since the very beginning of our restaurant, so since 2012. We chose Society Insurance because they offer the best coverage, and they were recommended to us by our local insurance agents, Roberts and Ryan. We tend to, in all things, try to work with real people who we know in the community. That's important to us. We started with Roberts and Ryan as soon as we opened. We started with Society as soon as we opened, and we've been easy to work with, very responsive. We've been well taken care of the entire time. We've had a few insurance claims over the years. We had the one that was like particularly epic for me was actually the gas line rupture, where I just walked up and there was like firemen everywhere and there was like broken glass and I didn't know what was going on. In the end, that ended up being a claim that obviously We Energies handled, but like it was something that we did end up filing for because it was like crazy. Like a thing I couldn't predict. You never know everything that can happen in this business. We also had a claim at one point that was for the power outage where we did lose product. There are specific things that I think come with insuring restaurants, particularly related to food being perishable, that I think Society understands very well. So that claim was paid out for us to kind of help mitigate that loss, because not only did we lose the food, but we also lost an entire weekend day of business, like a big deal for us. And so that was much appreciated on the part of Society. What I remember about the claims professionals is that they were quick, which matters, and that they didn't annoy me, which is like huge. That's, you know, half of what I ask for in most companies that I work with. I'm really good at running a restaurant. I'm not great at all these other things. You're usually there when things go wrong, right? You don't get to hang out with us as much when things are going great. Definitely important to have people who can kind of deal with that sort of stress during those times. And I think Society does a great job of that. I would absolutely recommend Society Insurance to other restaurateurs. They've been great for us. I actually think I already have recommended Society Insurance to people. Being a business owner is one of the hardest things you can do. You need people to work with you and be there for you in your emergencies. So I think finding companies that you feel like you can trust is super important. You never know where you're going to be. You never know where you're going to end up, but just creating those relationships along the way are the important parts.